So just over a minute away until the start of the event final here in Dubai. 60 seconds away now. Who will claim the first event at the Rolex SailGP Championship? And it's just about on, Stevie. 3 boats now will battle it out for top honors.
Yeah, the Rolex pole predictor's got Fletcher in the perfect position on board Emirates Great Britain at the moment, but I think what we're going to see here is a 2-boat battle for the bottom end of the start line, to more towards the top of our screen. Left-hand side, keep your eyes on the black foils. Burling, he said to make a plan with 10 seconds to go. He's made it with 40 seconds to go. He is coming in hot, and our pole predictor likes that at the moment. Up there on the foils now. Right now, it's a battle between the United States and Great Britain in the middle of the line. It's all about the timing here as they come back. Burling's fast, New Zealand are fast. How are the other boats going to react to this as we come into the line? They've wound it up on the black foils. Great Britain turns towards the line. United States show us the favourites right now, but it's all about timing. Watch for the line to turn white in 5 seconds time. 3 seconds, and we're about to go racing here in Dubai. Perfect from Burling at the bottom of the line. New Zealand are going to lead from here. What a start from the black foils.
Pressure on here, okay? Yep.
Speed absolutely kills as New Zealand comes off the line at full speed, and now it is on for Emirates GBR and the USA to try to track him down.
Oh, I mean, they all started so well, but the boat speed of the Kiwi boat there, they looked at least 2, 3, 4 kilometres an hour faster when the gun went, and the Mark 1 sprint leader is New Zealand at Mark 1.
7 legs on this one. It's New Zealand, US, Emirates, GBR battling it out to see who will take the opening event here in the 2025 season.
2, 1, lock. 3, 2, 1. Heavy foiling, rudders on a little.
Okay, nice foiling manoeuvre there. Had to pop a little bit more lift on the rudders then to keep the boat up in the air. Just a change mid-manoeuvre there. Burling cooling. Sorry, Tuke was cooling there to Leo Takahashi. First boat to manoeuvre Emirates Great Britain. The United States look like they've dropped out of breeze a bit here. Our live SailGP insights right now, brought to us by the Oracle Cloud, so that the speed, well, it favours Great Britain at the moment, but strategically, New Zealand like it, and they're setting up for a left turn at the bottom here. It's going to be tight in the pack, but I love where the Kiwis are going right now.
Change their mind.
First manoeuvre, just trying to keep the boat speeding, I think, is the move here, Todd. They want to stay fast. Everyone else is probably going to have to follow. United States might be able to turn to the left, but they're going to be slow, just trying to sneak across in front of Emirates Great Britain.
So at Gate 2, the DP World Gate, it is New Zealand out in front. Emirates GBR decides to follow the Kiwis, and US SailGP will have the right side of the course to themselves.
They will, and they made a nice gain out that side last time. Lisa, last time we saw the United States SailGP team make a real gain with that left turn. I'm surprised the Kiwis let them go there. What are you seeing out on the water?
I do think it's been quite strong, this left-hand side. I know there's been big gains on the right-hand side in terms of pressure, but there's a really nice angle to mark as they head out this way. Interestingly, Great Britain have decided to go back. I think they were getting a little bit of bad air from New Zealand, but USA were the ones that stayed on the foils for longest. That's going to be a huge distance gain for them.
Next cross will be fairly crucial here, I think, Todd. We've got Burling manoeuvring out on the boundary. Right of way is going to be with Canfield. Shows him first at the minute, but what can the United States team do? Can they get foiling? They're up and foiling on board the United States. This is a massive advantage. They have the right of way. They will be in the lead at this early stage of the race.
Emirates GBR has to dip behind the Americans, and here comes Peter Burling trying to get his boat up and foiling as well.
He's going to try and get up and foiling, but he's going to have to avoid the United States. Canfield will be in the lead halfway up this leg. Great call by the United States there. The Kiwis didn't quite be accurate enough at the bottom. They're going to struggle here a little bit, and it's Great Britain. They're sailing out to wind on that right-hand side. That's a huge turn-up for the United States.
I agree. Heading line here. Stand by. Yep. And go on board. Very light. Big header. 3, 2,
on board with the United States there. They're saying about header. We can see the wind turns to the left. We go back to the start. Looking at on board the black foils here.
Oh, guys. 100% here. We're going to the boat.
Well, he's rope-a-doped in there as he went to the other end of the line. Burling came flying through, but look at him foiling at the gun. But well, this race is panning out that the start is not everything. That is for sure. It was perfect by the black foils there, but they did make a mistake at gate 2. They've lost the lead, but there's plenty of racing left here on the water as we come back with the fleet. United States must keep clear of Great Britain. Great Britain in the lead, but it's going to be the black foils with the right of way next. The lead is changing all the time here. I like where the Kiwis have gone. There does seem to be more wind on that right-hand side of the course. Can United States make the right turn with no more manoeuvres? Oh, he's trying to sneak round there, Canfield. He's trying to turn the boat towards the wind. He's off the foils. Emirates Great Britain will be faster. Burling will split the course left. It's all about who's found the wind after gate 3. Wow, all the boats are going to be so tight here, Todd.
Inside, I think.
The breeze inside, press down into.
Hannah Mills talking with Dylan Fletcher on Emirates GBR. Can they get to the inside of the US SailGP team? Well, the Americans are up and foiling, so here we go.
Yeah, well, they should be putting disturbed wind onto the British ship. The British got foiling faster. Use that speed there on the inside here. I like where the Kiwis are going because they've got a bit more space out there. Lisa, it seems so changeable on the water. Great Britain moves away. United States are going to be following them. Do you think the Kiwis have got a shot?
I think the Kiwis are coming back really strong. As we've seen here in Dubai, the patches of wind, they're really small, and they've brought this really nice one all the way down the course and about to do the foiling manoeuvre in that foiling jibe. But from where I'm sitting, it actually looks like Emirates Great Britain are going to have the advantage here.
Oh, they've got a good advantage, Lisa, that's right, and we just saw a penalty on the United States. They got a 60-metre boundary penalty. They were trying to stretch the course, but I think that was a bit of an unforced error, really. Emirates manoeuvred away first, so Emirates Great Britain in the lead. New Zealand must keep clear of the United States SailGP team, and well, we saw how crucial the decision was at the bottom of the course here. Great Britain setting themselves up to turn left. That was the way to go last time. Can Emirates Great Britain hold off the charging black foils? Kiwis are going to look to dive on the inside at gate 4.
So on the cross, US SailGP team, they make their way to the right side as Emirates GBR and the Kiwis opt for the left, and here come the Americans. Again, they will follow around.
Kiwis are going to dive on the inside. I think they've got room as they go round. Advantage New Zealand. There's going to be a protest from Great Britain. They've got to keep clear. Black foils have to manoeuvre away. Wow, that was so tight. Slow turn. Green flag from the umpires there. Great Britain had to give space to New Zealand. Aggressive from Fletcher. Brilliant from Burling, and Canfield's on the back foot as we round that final bottom gate. They've got 2 more legs to go, Todd.
So up to the top of the course, then back down, then the right hand of the finish line. There you see the Rolex chasing time, and it is Emirates GBR and New Zealand locked in a great battle. Don't forget about US SailGP and Taylor Canfield and company. They are coming to the mix with some speed now.
Yeah, New Zealand up and foiling here, Todd. The Rolex chasing time there shows a slight gain to New Zealand at the moment over Great Britain. It's down to 6 seconds. Great Britain's still not foiling, so all the time New Zealand are foiling and Great Britain are not. It's gains to the black foils. Look at the speed on that. Burling, absolute perfection on that downwind leg. If I was a coach of the other teams, I'd be just drawing into the Oracle Cloud for all the data I could get on the Kiwis after this. Still only 1 boat in the fleet foiling at the moment, and that's the black foils. Little replay here, it's so tight. We're on board New Zealand as he dives inside.
We're going to have GBR here. It's a little fast mode now. Starting to turn. Are we overlapped?
But it looked like they were overlapped to me. That's why New Zealand had to turn away at the mark there to keep clear, but they'd done enough at that point. They had dived inside. We see how tight it is there at the mark. Emirates Great Britain must give them speed, space to round the mark, but as soon as the back of that New Zealand boat leaves the mark there, it's right of way Great Britain. Burling has to turn away, and there you go. Well, he certainly milks it to the absolute limit. It's a slow turn away, but it was enough to keep the umpires happy.
Back to racing action, and here's how it changes every moment. Now it's New Zealand with a 100-meter lead over US SailGP in second place as Dylan Fletcher and Emirates GBR, they found themselves one of those patches that Lisa Darmanis talked about on the course with just no breeze.
Yeah, they've won. They're back up on foils though. Fletcher there, he's turned the boat, but he's directly behind the New Zealand boat and not on the foils. Huge advantage to the black foils at gate 5. They will turn right at the top of the course. They're going to sail downwind and then a right turn to the finish in front of the fans. What can Emirates Great... okay, there you go. Dylan said it for us, they're holding on. We look into the insights here, we can see the foiling time for USA, it's good, but unfortunately they've ended up sailing a bit too much distance on board there, so it's not all about foiling out here, it's so shifty the wind, if you can minimise the distance as you get round this course, it can make a massive gain, and that's a big lead for Burling. Fletcher now, he's turned his eyes backward to try and defend that place from Canfield and the US SailGP team.
So it's the Kiwis, the black foils out in front. They had the best start. Can they hold on for one more leg? It's down to the bottom of the course here, then a right-hand turn to the finish line and the victory. Dylan Fletcher, Emirates GBR currently in second place. Taylor Canfield, let's see what he does. Does he roll the dice and see if he can't get another position?
Todd, I mean, I'm not sure what it is the black foils are doing, but downwind at this event, they have been absolutely magical. I put a lot of credit for that on Leo Takahashi, the flight controller, and Blair Took, the wing trimmer. I mean, Burling's sailing a tactical masterpiece with Liv Mackay, of course, but the boat speed they seem to have downwind is unbelievable on average. I say that and they fall off the foils, so they're not going to love me for that. Could be an opportunity for Emirates Great Britain, as we see here. The black foils are off the foils at the moment. They're looking to accelerate 30 kilometres an hour. That's the magic number. Great Britain manoeuvre. One last chance to attack.
Let's take a look at the Emirates fly time, and it goes the way of Britain right now. It's 70%, but they are in second place, and they are closing it down just a little bit. They've got just a short amount of time to get it done, Stevie. Do they have the speed?
Oh, they nailed that last manoeuvre. They made a huge gain, but I think it's too little too late. Could be two more manoeuvres. Hannah Mills calls it. Two more manoeuvres for both boats. They've got to do a right turn at gate 6. The chasing time from Rolex is coming in the favour of New Zealand. New Zealand will make it with no more turns. This is going the way of the black foils.
Angle for Sigmund.
And an early celebration for the Kiwis. Not quite there yet, but it's safe to say the Emirates winning moment goes the way of the black foils as New Zealand claims the first event of the 2025 season.
Oh, celebrations for the black foils. They do love the Middle East.
And look at this, the battle now on for second place. So you've got Emirates GBR, they have to close it out, but look how fast Canfield's coming in.
Yeah, there was no room there. It's too tight, no room for Canfield in there. It looked to me like Emirates Great Britain went in early.
This is the umpires, penalty USA, not entitled to mark room, go behind GBR.
Yeah, there was no overlap as the British boat touched that yellow circle. Fletcher had really lined him up to suck him into that gap. So Emirates Great Britain will sail through. They will take second. Can't blame Canfield for trying.
I was going to say, you can't blame him for trying. What do you have to lose? One position? So instead of second, they get third, but a great move and a great charge by US SailGP. And as Taylor said, had to go for it.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's what it's all about. We're out in a race, aren't we? You've got to put it on the line, and the US SailGP team, well, they should be very, very proud with this event. Same for Emirates Great Britain, final in front of their fans there. Good performance from Dylan Fletcher, but I think everyone's seen where the bar's set.
Well, it was all said and done. The Kiwis were already celebrating their victory here at the Emirates Dubai Sail Grand Prix presented by P&O Marinas. And then the battle for points. The USA and Emirates GBR, one more time, Stevie, out of the sun. Look at this.
Yeah, well, hopefully Dylan could see more than we can in that moment, because he really milked it for the umpires there. They didn't have room to go between Great Britain and the mark because they weren't overlapped on our yellow circle that we see on the overhead view. You can see there Emirates Great Britain suddenly have to turn away. It was tight. Well judged by Fletcher. Taylor did have to go for it.
Are we pressing the process?
Yes,
I imagine you are, Dylan.
They got an up-close and personal look at Lady Liberty.
Yeah, he did. Well, it's tight. But
Craig Mitchell didn't like it.
That's SailGP, though, isn't it, Todd? It's got to be tight. You've got to push the limit. We're racing, and we're racing hard. What in a first event.
Right in front of the grandstands as the USA tries to pull off the move of the match. They don't get it done. They are penalized. They go to third. So it's New Zealand, Emirates GBR, and the USA 1 through 3.
Well positioned is Dylan Fletcher for that optimum spot on the start line. The red start line there, the blue triangles where they'll be wanting to hit, but all they'll want's boat speed. Our Rolex pole predictor sits on board Slingsby's Australian boat with 25 seconds to go. All the boats are well spread out here. It's all going to come down to acceleration, execution from here. Australia first to turn the boat towards the line. Emirates Great Britain, well, 150 metres back with 15 seconds to go. Now they start to wind it up. 12 seconds to go. Spain late to turn. They attack Fletcher on board Emirates Great Britain. Tom Slingsby winds it up. Here come the Aussies. How's your timing, Tom Slingsby? Oh, it's It's perfect from Fletcher, it's perfect from Slingsby, but Slingsby's got the faster angle into Mark 1, and can he break the overlap? I think he will. They're absolutely flying on board Australia here.
Oh, and Dylan Fletcher goes right at him.
Oh, it's going to be a protest there. That's tight. I think the Australians have kept clear. Spain are tight on the inside, and Australia are going to lead around Mark 1 just with Emirates Great Britain in control tactically.
And the Rolex sprint leader, Australia, they have been serving up a masterclass on the waters here in Auckland.
They're close to the boundary here. It's going to come down to execution. The British boat has a slight wobble on that first manoeuvre. They're off the foil on board Great Britain. That's a disaster for the British. At this level, you cannot make that mistake. Spain have executed well, Australia have executed well, and Emirates Great Britain are going to be out the back.
Stevie, we've seen this movie before when you've got teams like Emirates GBR in Australia doing battle, and that lets the Spanish and Diego Botín slide back into the picture. They were in third at mark number 1, and now they are looking very good, just 100 meters behind the Aussies.
Yeah, but 100 meters at this stage of the race is a lot, and this Australian boat's been the form team. Spain will be set up to go right. Slingsby's going to match that. Fletcher's got to find something from here. I think now it's a case of, does that Australian boat, whatever that little gremlin was, has it cleared up? Does Slingsby feel confident, because the Australians are in pole position at gate 2, and all the other boats are going to be following them, which is absolutely perfect for them.
No surprise here, the Australians won 2 of the 7 fleet races to get to this point, but to Stevie's point, race number 7, they retired after only 2 legs, reporting problems on board. Looks like the shore crew did a great job getting them back and running here in the final.
Yeah, well, let's remember there's $400,000 up for the winner of this race, Todd, so there's plenty of motivation beyond just the overall points. Professional athletes they may be, but they'll still love that prize money, and it's going to come down to the really strong execution. Nice turn there, they tack the boat through the wind, brilliantly executed. Boat already heeled on top of them there. Draper, the wing trimmer, well, he's slotted into this team so well, absolutely seamless, and the Spanish are catching, but Australia, great controlling position at this point.
Emirates GBR dropping back to 3rd after that little skirmish with Tom Slingsby and the Australians. So now it's a match race within 100 meters between the 3-time champions, Australia, and the Spanish, going 1 and 2. Winner takes all here.
There we go, our Rolex chasing time shows there's just 7 seconds in it. They're really tied together here. See the different colours on the water there, Todd, the different textures to it. Shows there's really variable wind out there. Australia sailing into a lot of breeze right now, and expect to see them start accelerating. Draper says a header, that means it's taking them away from the mark, which strategically will be good news for them. Spain are going to lose a few meters to the Aussies here. Look at the speed difference as Australia hit that gust of wind.
Good angle, good angle.
Oh, that was a bit messy, that manoeuvre there. They didn't quite get that right. Good enough. Draper's happy.
Like a lolling header on the nose there, you ain't seeing best early. Yeah, copy.
Flight controller Jason Waterhouse crosses over, and now the entire team on the right-hand side.
It's very calm on board, isn't it? Real calming voice from Chris Draper there. A lot of experience as a wing trimmer. Stepped away to do a bit of coaching last season, but Slingsby snapped him up when he heard he was free and he'd lost Carl Langford, and well, what a signing that seems to be right now.
At the bill. Nice, clean lap, you guys.
That's really all they need right now, Todd. Clean lap, just got to stay away. Over 200 metres ahead here, and let's be honest, they look faster, don't they? Spanish are doing a nice job. Great Britain struggling to find much option to get back in the race, and the Australians, well, it's theirs to lose from here.
So it's down, back up, and down again before the finish of this event final, and now it is Australia starting to pull away here on leg number 4.
Bingo. Nice angle touch.
Tash Bryant on the wheel now, steering out of that manoeuvre. Brilliant form from the Australians. 100% fly time. Look at that on the top of their wing, and they're just executing the best manoeuvres in the fleet at the moment. Don't want to jinx them. 4 of 7. Here we go. Come back to the start. And the Australians and the British were absolutely perfect, but it was Australia with the faster angle to Mark 1. They just kept clear of Fletcher, and maybe Dylan will be regretting that second little dig he took at the Australians after Mark 1, because it was brilliant from both boats. We're on board the Australian boat here. Here comes Great Britain, tries to push push Australia. Slingsby reacts, and now he's just clear ahead. I'm sure it was tight, but all was good from the umpires. On board Mark 1, what a view that is as we see how tight it is and the speed they come in. Just clear ahead there, and the British on the inside, but he needed to maneuver away a little earlier.
Back to live racing action at gate number 4, the DP World Gate. They split the course this time, so Australia going to that favor side, which they have used so many times before. Spain decides to go closer to the shore and right in front of the fans, and it's Emirates GBR in third.
Oh, you just know any time you get a split in the race like that as the leader, you're nervous. As soon as you get some separation, a change in the wind means that it could benefit that other team. So Spain right now, have they got more wind? To me, they look like they're going well. Let's come in. Here we go. The Oracle Cloud tells us their wind strength is pretty similar, but Spain are quicker at the moment. Tash Bryant's calling across to Australia by 1. It's a gain to Spain out of the bottom gate there. The split has paid off, but it's Australia now heading towards that windier side. Lisa, who's heading to the most breeze right now?
Well, Stevie, it's pretty hectic out here. I think it was a big gain by the Spanish team, so it's going to be neck and neck at this top gate.
There we go, the Rolex chasing time, down to 4 seconds. Right of way will be with Australia if it's close when they come back together, but it could be a split again at the top gate, and it'll be all about who finds the most wind out of this top gate.
The gap keeps coming down, and Spain still believing that they can get the win and take down the mighty Australians. And here we go, it comes down to this final leg. This is like 5 of 7. They'll get to this gate, and then the race is on.
Yeah, the Spanish looked like they were in good wind there, Todd. I wouldn't be surprised to see another small gain to the Spanish here. They could be absolutely neck and neck. Right of ways with Australia. Our ladder lines show a 50-metre lead to Australia. I think it could be closer than that when they come together, but the Spanish are going to turn right. The water looks choppier that side. It's going to be higher risk. Big gain to Spain here. Can they dive on the inside? Could be a last-minute dip behind for Spain. No, they drop the board. They're going to try and dive inside. I'm not sure that's the right move. I do not sure that's the right move. He's going to try and force Australia wide. Oh, it's so tight. They've executed it well, but that was too aggressive for me. I think he should have split the course. Green from the umpires, no penalty. I think the Spanish should have gone the other way and tried to take the split there. That was a mistake for me.
So Diego Botín rolls the dice, and it comes up snake eyes there on that last gate. Stevie, they go to the other side. There's more pressure there, and now they split away.
Well, they've split away now, but I think they had the chance to just dip straight behind the Australians there. Anyway, very easy sat here from this booth. Diego clearly thought he had a shot at it. He tried it, but they just couldn't stick the manoeuvre. It's now just about, can the Australians do 2 more foiling manoeuvres to get round this final turning mark, and then it could be a victory in front of those Kiwi fans.
And look at the lead now, ballooning to 200 meters. Chasing time is 11 seconds. So Tom Slingsby and the Aussies, all they need to do is be clean around this last gate, and it's a straight shot to victory lane.
Yeah, they're going to make this, Todd. They're in 1 here, so it's just about the roundup. Beautiful downwind leg by the Aussies here. 2 300-meter gain. Here we go. Going to get to do it in front of the Kiwi fans.
And the Emirates fly time, 82% for Tom Slingsby and the Flying Roos as they bring it home. And there's the finish line. The sold-out crowd will bring them home. They'd rather see black foils, but they're going to see green and gold as they come to the line. The Emirates winning moment goes the way of the Australians.
Oh, well, they've been the form team of the event. They deserve that big celebration. We keep saying, up against... We've got to remember Spain are the defending champions. Right. That's going to mean a lot to Tom Slingsby. He's not won for a while. He's going to love that. Oh, something's gone wrong there. Too much cant put on by the foil controller. Joe Cardona there, that's a mistake, but it's not going to hurt them too much, but it did get Diego excited.
And they do bring it across safely, so Spain will finish in 2nd place, pick up 9 points on the season, and another strong showing. A top 3 finish at the event. Emirates GBR will finish in 3rd after they finish 2nd at the first event. And let's not forget, the next event just across the Tasman Sea for the KPMG Australia Sail Grand Prix Sydney. Tom will be looking to make it 2 in a row.
He's coming for a late run at things here. I like where the Australians are positioned, but they're into a battle with Canada already. Dylan Fletcher's got the chance to play spoiler here. He's got to keep some space. Canada and Australia, oh, it's really tight there. Australia have got to keep clear. They're in a real fight with 16 seconds to go. Boat's going to fill up. This is opening the gap here for Fletcher. He's coming through fast. Middle of the line's the favoured place to be. 9 seconds to go. Britain are calling themselves late. 5 seconds, watching for the line to turn white. It's timing that counts right now. Oh, what a start. Fletcher's at absolute speed. On the inside, it's Canada. I think Emirates Great Britain are going to be able to lead at Mark 1 here.
Penalty Australia, relative Canada. Windward boat not keeping clear.
Oh, Slingsby's going to have to fight back from third here. He's going to have to be last round Mark 1, and then it's going to be a fight back. But for Emirates Great Britain, the ball's in their court.
So at mark number 1 here in the final, it's Emirates GBR with the lead. Canada in second, and the hometown favorites, Australia, will sit in third. But Stevie, what a move by Tom Slingsby. Didn't pull us wide, he just went wide, and now he's back up to speed.
Yeah, he just did it wide. He's a bit of extra experience out there, and he nailed that manoeuvre, but it's all about being smooth on board Emirates Great Britain. They're going to be into gate 2 with no more manoeuvres, but what's the choice? Do they go straight and take a left turn? It looks like Canada might make it down and cut the corner. Big overlay by Emirates Great Britain. Canada have seen a wind shift. Looks to me like it's a lead change. Canada are going to lead at gate 2. Australia could be straight back to second. Mistake by Emirates Great Britain.
At gate number 2, the DP World Gate, it is North Star Canada, Giles Scott, that will lead. And then it's Emirates GBR, and Tom Slingsby rolls the dice. He opts for the other side. He loves to stay away from his competitors.
Well, yeah, he saw the chance to follow Canada, but he would have been slow. So what Slingsby's doing, he's trying to find some space. He's looking at the breeze, and at the moment it looks like he's on a nice wind shift up the course, where you expect to see him manoeuvre quite soon and head to the right-hand side of Shark Island. That's been the classic move. Lisa, how's it looking out there on the racetrack? Which side of Shark Island are you going? Oh, big tacking error.
I still think the right-hand side is strong, but where Australia have tacked, they're in plenty of pressure. Obviously, that manoeuvre was a little bit wobbly, but because they nailed that, they're going to be in an okay position, but it's going to be a fight all the way to the end here with GBR tacking in front.
Oh, big cover manoeuvre there, Todd. These two are already in a fight, and that only means good news for Canada. Look here on our Oracle Cloud, big gains to Canada.
They might try and split the other side of the island. What do you think if they do that? Going straight here. Are we happy with that?
Coming in about 10.
Well, it's a 300-metre lead. What he's saying there is, what do we do if we split? If it's gusty and shifty like this, it's very simple. You have to sail what you're in. Control the controllable. All you can do is say where you think you see wind, go and find that breeze. If Australia gets lucky on the left-hand side of Shark Island, so be it. Do what you think right, Giles.
Well, Giles Scott and North Star Canada had to fight their way into that final, getting past Denmark. He's conferring with Annie Hager, Paul Campbell-James to see exactly where they're going to go. And there it is. Stevie referred to it as a roundabout. Shark Island right in the middle of the course. And Canada is out in front by more than 150 meters.
Here we go. This is in the pre-start here, and that was nearly with 20 seconds to go. Australia just pushed down across Canada, got too close. That was where that penalty came from. Canada turned the boat up into the breeze, had to keep clear. They filled the boat up, which will have hurt them, but right now it's a massive lead. As we come back on board, there's spray of water all over the Canadian boats. It's going to be champagne over that Canadian boat if they can hang on to this lead. Look at that, 150-metre lead over Great Britain. Right-hand side of screen, Australia, where they've found no luck on that side of Shark Island. Slingsby's going to need a miracle from here, and the Canadians, North Star Canada, what a season 5 moment for them this could be. Halfway through the race, Todd, one down, one up, and then the sprint to the finish is all that stands between them and victory here in Sydney.
I'm not sure they're laying anyway that turn.
That's Hannah Mills talking about the Australians, saying they're not really a threat at the moment. We've got big gaps opened up here. With Great Britain coming and engaging with Australia, they've really potentially given an unassailable lead to the Canadians. It's going to be so hard to find a way back through. If Australia have got a simple choice here, do they follow? If they do follow, it's very hard to overtake.
From here, bud.
You hear the frustration in the voices on board Australia. They looked so good coming into this race as they win race number 7 to put themselves in the top position, but those scores wiped away, and all 3 teams, apologies for the salty language, but they come around and now they find themselves firmly ensconced in third as they look up the track, and it is Canada way out in front. North Star Canada, the last time Canada won an event at SailGP, Stevie, you've got to go back to season 3. That's 2023. And for Giles Scott, you go back to last year. That's when he was driving for Emirates GBR, and that's when he made his debut winning in Halifax.
Oh, and don't underestimate the fact there will be a bit of niggle between Giles Scott and Dylan Fletcher. They've swapped roles there. You know, we don't know what exactly went on with that Emirates Great Britain. Obviously, of course, a fantastic opportunity for Giles to come and sail for Canada and represent them, which I know he's very, very proud to be doing. But him and Dylan, you know, they've been rivals for positions in British teams a lot. This will mean an awful lot to Giles right now if he can hang on. And yeah, huge for North Star Canada's season, huge for the new ownership. So here we go. Upwind leg to go, 3 legs to go.
That's faster. 23 to boundary.
And Stevie, it's one of those situations where if you were coaching them, you would probably just say, keep it simple. Keep it simple. You have a massive lead. Don't let the pressure come to you and make a silly mistake.
Yeah, and you've got to focus in on your manoeuvre, so do the next right move. That's what's key at this point here. Where's their wind? That's the first thing. If I've got more wind, I can keep going fast. Now, I'm surprised they didn't turn a little bit sooner. As soon as they saw Great Britain were about to turn left, I'm surprised Canada didn't turn. They've given about 50 metres extra leverage than they needed to, but left-hand side of our screen, there is good wind.
Get to lay and see if there's an option to split.
Well, that's there, Hannah talking about the downwind leg. They get to a point where they can either turn right or left, and then they take a call off Canada. At that point, we're not going to follow Canada. If we follow Canada, then the only hope is that they make a mistake. By splitting, they give themselves a shot. I'm surprised Canada didn't manoeuvre sooner after that gate to cover off Great Britain. There is now an opportunity. When the boats come back together, Great Britain are going to have the right of way.
Right now, Great Britain has the lead. Emirates GBR has found the speed on that side of the course. Look at the difference, 66 kilometers an hour as opposed to North Star Canada, closer to the 55, 56 kilometers an hour.
Advantage Great Britain here. They need a good manoeuvre.
Pressing a little, yeah, good angle.
Oh, it was pretty much perfect. Here we go. I think they're going to make... Oh, it's a huge lead change. But Great Britain say they're not laying. They're expecting to have to manoeuvre more. Potentially, North Star Canada can do it with just one more manoeuvre. Mother Nature could have one final say in this. There's the ley line. That's the position that says Canada will make it with no more manoeuvres.
And then you have to factor in Shark Island and what the wind is going to do there. So let's quickly go down in the water, check in with Lisa. Lisa, on leg 5 of 7, you see what's left. What are you seeing as far as wind, and whose position do you like better?
I'm a bit worried about Emirates Great Britain now. They are in quite a lot of light pressure, so it is going to be difficult for them. But the wind at this moment, it's just coming over the land, and I think they're just going to get this riding now that as I'm watching it, and they may make it.
I think they need to make it. I think they need to make it here if they can. They've got to watch out for that little mark in the water there, but it's all about making gate 5 with no more manoeuvres for Great Britain. I think they're going to do enough. Canada will be quicker.
Look at the gap that Australia has closed. Don't count them out just yet as they come in. Look at the speed differences, and it is Emirates GBR right now out in front.
Order gain here, guys. Nothing to lose. Go for it.
Oh, I love the attitude.
Right of way is with Great Britain. They are allowed to do a couple of manoeuvres if they need to, but they've got to keep the speed. I think they're going to be okay. They've crept round ahead of him. Huge moment. Can they re-accelerate? I think they can. They're just one turn away here. Purely about a minute's racing left. I don't see what Canada can do from here.
6-second lead, it's all it is, and they will make their way up to mark number 6. Can they hold on to that lead? Dylan Fletcher and company, they've got the lead. Here come the speed, though. Look at Dylan, look at Giles Scott. They're starting to pick up a little speed.
Potentially 2 more manoeuvres. It looks like it's hard to get there. First to move Canada, that's a good call. Force extra manoeuvres into the British boat. Try and force the error. No errors so far. Send it fast. 2 more manoeuvres for both boats.
Right. Rolling away. Rolling away, mate. We'll get there.
Oh, I think the British are going to try and make it with no more manoeuvres.
Left turn to finish.
Oh, Hannah Mills there, calm voice. Good time for a calm voice that was.
Well, Giles Scott, you saw what he was trying to do there, Stevie. He rolled the dice. It didn't come up Yahtzee for him. And just like that, the smallest of margins, it is Hannah Mills and Dylan Fletcher that get around that final mark. And now it is a straight shot to glory land. Emirates GBR, they've been in the final for the last 2 events, and they make the 3rd final in a row. And the Emirates winning moment goes to Emirates GBR. They take the win in Sydney.
Oh, that was some race. And they set it up at the bottom, didn't they? Get to ley line, and let's see if we get the chance to split. They certainly did, and have some of that indeed. That's 3 podiums from 3 starts for Dylan Fletcher on his comeback to SailGP. What a performance. Tough pill to swallow for Australia.
And it's a tough one for Australia. The winners of the last event in Auckland, New Zealand. They came here, Stevie, looked so good on practice day. They looked great on day number 1, looked great on day number 2, and it came down to that last race. Got entangled with Emirates GBR. And Tom Slingsby is not happy. He is still having words about what Chief Umpire Craig Mitchell doled out to them just before they got to mark number 1.
Yeah, well, it's just because I think the penalty came on so late, so he didn't have the opportunity to get rid of the penalty as early as he'd like to. But of course, it comes down to meters. Right-hand side there, Sir Ben Ainsley. He'll love watching that. Great for Emirates, Great Britain.
It is Emirates GBR that reigns supreme in Sydney. It's time to give the prizes, and Martin Shepherd, the national chairman of KPMG Australia, will be giving the prize to the winning team, and that winning team is Emirates GBR as they claim the victory after being in the previous 2 finals in Dubai and Auckland. Dylan Fletcher, the rookie this year for Emirates GBR, punches through, and his talented squad takes home the trophy here in Sydney, Australia. It's got to feel good for them, and it's going to make the travel up to North America a lot easier. Once again, I want to remind you, the Rolex Los Angeles Sail Grand Prix coming up in March 15th and 16th, and of course, a week later, it's to San Francisco on the 22nd and 23rd. We look forward to that.
Here we go. We see bottom right-hand corner of the start line, and we see the optimum place to be is on the inside of Mark 1. We heard Chris Draper saying we're almost racing back to the line. They're all quite late. Good news for Canada. Can they stay foiling? The Rolex Pro Predictor has just switched to the Australians on the inside, but I think they're going to struggle to get accelerated in the dirty, disturbed wind behind the other boats here. New Zealand are up and foiling. Canada up and foiling. We're waiting for the line to turn white. I love where the Kiwis are. All about timing now. How are we looking, Peter Burling? We are on time on New Zealand. The black foils will lead at Mark 1. Australia are late, and Canada have got it all on, but it's going to take some catching Burling and co from here.
As they approach mark number 1 here at the event final, worst case scenario for North Star Canada Australia, it is the black foils up and foiling and pulling away, pushing almost 70 kilometers an hour.
These manoeuvres are now crucial. We heard it's all about really sticking them in. Tom Slingsby saying we should be sticking the manoeuvres. It'll be a mistake not to. Canada turn early. They look to cut the corner on the New Zealand crew. Who's done the better manoeuvre? Speed-wise, Canada look pretty good. I think they maybe just hung on enough here, New Zealand. New Zealand look pretty good. Canada are potentially going to have to do 2 here, and it looks like further distance to a right turn. So New Zealand definitely going to minimise distance down here, and they're fast. It's going to be good news for the Kiwis. Maybe a little too aggressive too early from Canada, but they will have a split at gate 2, and we will see who finds more wind after this downwind gate.
So it almost becomes a 2-boat race now, with Australia really getting off the line late. It is the black foils, New Zealand opting for the right-hand side there, and North Star Canada going left.
Look like pretty good for a left turn there for pressure. Lisa, what are you seeing on the water? Are you turning left or right?
I still think out of the odds, the right-hand side has been working the most. Canada looks pretty lit up, so it's really coming down to the executing manoeuvres, but where New Zealand is where it's been working best all day.
Right now, the Canadian boat is on the foils. The Kiwis have manoeuvred, fell off the foils, but they're back up and going. As we see from the Oracle Cloud, we got the wind velocity very similar across the course right now. Not a lot in it. It's going to come down to executing good manoeuvres and who's found the best angle. Brilliant tack by the Canadians there. Stayed on the foils. Will be a gain, but it still looks like advantage New Zealand as they have the right of way.
And Australia back in the mix, so they are now sitting currently in 2nd place as they pick that left-hand side and watch the Canadians start to close this gap.
Looked like quite a lot of bias at that bottom gate. Looked like the Kiwis and the Australians sailed a lot less distance to me, Hannah. Do you think that's right?
Yeah, and that left turn's been favoured all day, really. But I think if you're the Canadians and you're in second, you want to go for the win, so you have to split and then see what happens from there.
That's exactly what they did, but now no one able to track down Peter Burling and New Zealand. They came off the line fast, Stevie, and that has been the story really all day today and a little bit of yesterday. Get that start, getting clean air, and you stay away from trouble.
Yeah, I mean, even there's a bit more space now, so we can see as the Kiwis turn here, they've not done a great manoeuvre. They're just making a few little errors every time they turn the boat upwind here, and the Canadians did stay on the foil. See, Canada are still foiling, and this manoeuvre back, Canada will have the right of way. Can they stay foiling? Looks pretty good to me. How's that speed? Yes, they've stayed flying, and they have the right of way here, Todd. Massive. Could be a lead change coming here. I like what the Canadians are doing. They're going to turn left. New Zealand are probably going to be forced to either try and dive in front of Canada or dip behind and split away to the right. Big gain by the Canadians, all down to brilliant handling from the crew.
Not that tricky of a cross right there, as Canada with the right-of-way opts for that other side. They split the course again. Australia drops back into third place. So it is Canada on the water with a slight lead over the black foils of New Zealand, who got the whole shot. They led at mark number 1.
Definitely got good wind on board the New Zealand boat at the moment. When they meet back up, they're going to meet back up in about 20 or 30 seconds, maybe 30 or 40 seconds actually. New Zealand will have the right of way, but it'll all be who's lined up for this bottom gate, and can the New Zealand boat make Canada have to take avoiding action? New Zealand might have fallen off the foils again here, Todd. I think they've missed another manoeuvre, and Canada are making no mistakes. Billy Gooderham, silky smooth. Yeah, Canada, New Zealand are off the foils. Another error by the black foils, and that's another big gain for the Canadians. This looks pretty good for North Star Canada at the moment.
And Hannah, here's my question. As Canada comes in here, are they going to opt for the left-hand side this time, where Lisa Darmanin was reporting more pressure?
I think if they can make it in, then that would be the smart decision. It has been strong all day, but it's just whether they have to sail low and slow mode to get there, or if they pick that line just right.
What a turn of events after just one leg, with New Zealand looking like, Stevie, they were going to check out and run away with the victory here. And Giles Scott said not so fast, as he is now pulled into nearly a 200-meter lead.
Isn't it interesting, Todd, in sport, how it all comes down to that error count and unforced errors, making this trick. We're not saying it's easy to manoeuvre in these boats. It's really, really hard. But if you do it well, it's simple gains. They've not really done anything special. They've just done the basics very well. Nice roundup. They're definitely sailing towards a dark patch of water there. Canada are heading towards a fantastic bit of breeze. Expect New Zealand to split away potentially, or they're going to set them. No, New Zealand are saying, look, we're going to have to settle for second here. They want to just make sure they stay ahead of Australia, and it'll be Australia that look for magic on the other side of the course. But Canada right now, wow, North Star Canada looks like Giles Scott could be bringing home his first Canadian win.
Tom Slingsby makes the turn. He splits with the Kiwis, and now it is on. The lead is now down to 150 meters as they make their way up to the top of the course. Then it'll be a right-hand turn into the finish line. There you see this distance. It's under 100 meters now. Do they get the pressure? Does New Zealand get it? We go down on the water quickly. Lisa Darmanin, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking Canada's looking pretty solid right now. The New Zealand, they didn't have a good manoeuvre, so I think if you're Canada, you got one more manoeuvre to do, and then this win could be theirs.
So at 52 kilometers an hour, Stevie, they look to be in good pressure. As you look at the surface of the water, New Zealand now, all they can do is hope for a mistake.
Yeah, beautiful manoeuvre by the Australians. I don't see a mistake coming. I think the real battle's perhaps for second and third here. Australia have got a couple more manoeuvres to do. New Zealand perhaps just one, but the Aussies will have to, I think, get one more shot at getting back at the black foils. But yeah, Canada, it's a masterclass. Let's just see how well they execute this last manoeuvre. Here they go. This is the mover for the money. That was absolutely perfect. Billy Gooderham has got that boat on rails right now. They are nailing it round the course here. Beautiful play. Paul Campbell-James, he calls for a little high mode to try and make it to the finish. They're just coming in straight here. If they can make the right turn with no more manoeuvres, then this will be the first time North Star Canada, with Giles Scott on the wheel, can take a victory.
Stevie, you have to go back to March of 2023. Canada, season 3 in Christchurch, the last time they had an event win. So it is a long time coming, as Giles Giles Scott has now taken the wheel, and he looks very good right now, trying to hold off the Kiwis and the Aussies. And there you see the distance. This is all but a done deal for North Star Canada, as Giles Scott will spin it one more time to the right, and he'll be 250 meters away from glory.
Going to get it done. It's going to be brilliant for Canada, but right now, neck and neck, Slingsby and Burling. This is going to be huge for the championship as a whole. Right of way is with Australia. New Zealand must be confident of crossing ahead.
And as they approach the line, it has been 727 days in the making. The Emirates winning moment goes the way of North Star Canada.
Elbows up for the North Star Canada across the finish line. Wow, what a result by them. Giles Scott bounces back from Sydney disappointment.
The greatest neighbors to the north, as Canada comes to Los Angeles and claims the top prize. The Kiwis will hold on for second, Australia third.
Tom Slingsby's going to be frustrated. He did not nail that start at all. He's going to be annoyed, and the Black Four as well. Some pretty clear things to go work on. Their manoeuvring not as good as we're used to seeing. Started very nicely. When they started well, they did well. But there, they just didn't quite have the manoeuvres down. They'll be happy with a second, though.
Yep.
Championship as a whole, those three teams will be good. But that's exactly what Canada needed. They needed an event win. They've got an event win. Huge for their season 5.
Canada was sitting in 6th place overall coming into this event. You tack on 10 more points for the win here, and that will certainly bump them up the ladder. Once again, it's Canada getting the win at event number 4. The Rolex Los Angeles Sail Grand Prix goes the way of the Canadians. Here we go, 15 seconds before the start of the event final.
All about being clear at this start is what Diego Bortin said. As we can see now, out of the fog, it's going to be North Star Canada threading the needle between the fleet here, looking for that line to turn right, and it's all about the timing. Oh, the French have nailed it, Todd. They're on the inside, they're fast, they're foiling hard, they've got the right of way, and I do not see anyone leading this French team ahead at Mark 1.
Like a scene out of Master and Commander as they emerge from the fog and they approach mark number 1. It will be the French who get in just barely into the event final, and they will pick up the whole shot here in San Francisco.
Oh, they nailed that start when they needed to. They came through on the attack. Spain are going to have a lovely dive down at Mark 1 and expect them to manoeuvre away first here. There they go in the background. That had to be the call in 3rd place. Canada move away behind. Not the best manoeuvre, and France cover. Now it's going to be a sprint as they all try and line up gate 2. That's the first opportunity for a split, Hannah, but I love where the French are right now. Darker patch there, looks like they found breeze.
Yeah, and the breeze has definitely picked up since the last race, so they've got to be aware that the manoeuvres are going to be slightly different, but Spain had to split at that point. They had to make that first manoeuvre, but I think France are lined up really nicely for the bottom gate.
Don't need to speak a lot of French to understand that super means they're pretty happy on board that French boat right now, and they've really got a big lead, 100 metres there. We're seeing that Oracle cloud is telling us that they are just constantly faster on board the French boat at the moment. They're just in good breeze, they're moving ahead. And now at gate 2, big decision. I suspect the French will take the right turn. They'll keep it simple, one more manoeuvre right turn. The interesting one, Spain. Spain manoeuvre early. I suspect they'll look for a left turn, try and split the course, but is there opportunities on the race course for an overtake, or have the French already done it?
There's the maneuver as the French come in now at the bottom of the course. This is gate number 2, the DP World Gate. It is France by 100 meters. Don't count out the Canadians, Stevie. We've seen this before. We saw it in Los Angeles. It looks like they were not going to be in the top spot, and they came back and got the pass.
Yeah, it's not. This race is way far from over. We're only on just coming onto leg 3 of 6. We're not even anywhere near halfway, really. And it is Spain who do split away. No surprise there. Constant attack for Botin. And Lisa, what's the breeze looking like down there on the water? Is it looking better offshore still?
Yeah, I mean, the fog has come all the way into the bay now, so it's changed the game a little bit. I think the Spanish, they're in really good breeze, but where the French are, where originally it was quite light, there is breeze there now, so it's kind of, it's changed again, and I think the French are probably still in a strong position.
So you see the visibility down closer to the water, and this could be a situation with that fog where they might not know where the other team is. But they right now have good visibility as they go through that chopped up water. Spain has the advantage, or right away, I should say.
Yeah, and they've made the jump there over Canada. That obviously was a good call to take that left turn, and now they're sailing into slightly less tide as they get closer to that shoreline.
Right of way Spain here, Hannah, and it looks like they're going to get it. Oh, we called it. Left turn at the bottom was huge. This race is all wide open, but the Spanish boat right now looks so fast.
Yeah, they look really nice and settled now. The breeze is up, don't they? So they're going to be hard to beat from here, but I know that the French will keep pushing.
Yes.
The thing to remember as well here, Todd, is that the Spanish made a gain by coming away from San Francisco. That's where France are going, where the North Star Canada team are. So potentially Spain are sailing into less wind. Lisa did think it was a bit better on that side, but this race is going to keep going all the way to the wire.
With the San Francisco skyline as a backdrop, the French spin the boat around, currently in second place.
Big grinders across the front there. Matty Van Dam, he's straight across in there. Going to start pushing hard on those handles. And they've got the right of way when they meet back up with the Spanish.
Shooting, yes, no problem, all good, we're clear.
Just a little bit unsure how they were looking on Canada, and Florian there, calm voice when it was needed. We're clear. I think they're just across, but are they across the French? This race is all on, Todd.
Here we go as they approach gate number 3.
Oh, Nicole sounded confident there. All good, they touched down. I mean, that's a marginal call, but she was confident. That's what you want to hear as a driver out there. Confident calls from your strategist. And to me right now, Spain looking phased. Look at that Nicole van Velden, still with that bad leg. She's struggling across the boat, but you can't say she's not a fighter. That is for sure. As in the background, Canada and France are having to take avoiding action, and that's going to mean a big gain for the Spanish team up at the top here. But another big decision. Do you turn left and head to the shore, or do you take this right turn and hope to find more breeze? Another crucial decision for the chasing boats here.
And here we go. It is Spain that'll make the decision first. And they will opt for the left-hand side, so they will go closer to shore. Who will split the course and who will follow?
I think the Canadians will split. They've got to. They're going to save manoeuvres. France are going to follow, but France are going to lose distance doing that. So really, I think for Spain, that was a huge moment. France always had to split. If they followed Canada, they would have just been sailing in disturbed wind, which they're just going to be sailing slower. At least now they got a chance to be fast, but doing that manoeuvre, they've lost meters in that.
So here it is, the situation at hand. It is Spain out in front. They will go down to the bottom of the course. They will turn, come back up, and then it'll be a left turn to the finish line. Can they hold off the Canadian? Giles Scott, he is a master-class sail, and we'll see what they can pull off. The two-time Olympic gold medalist in the fin class.
Well, they were elbows up in LA, weren't they? And they were hoping for a bit of a double-double here in San Fran, but right now they're going to rely on a mistake for the Spanish because they're sailing really nicely on board that Spanish boat. Get last at gate 3, they were third at gate 3, Hannah, and look at this, nearly 200 meters ahead. I mean, they're going fast.
Yeah, they've got a really great lead. They definitely wanted that left turn at the top. I think they're coming down in really nice pressure at the moment, and if they just keep calm, they should be able to pick their gate mark at the bottom and keep it nice and simple.
All right, Hannah, look at your crystal ball. Which way does Diego Botín and the Spanish go when they get to the bottom of the course? What do you think?
Well, I think they'll probably want to turn right. It looks like they're setting up just for the ley line there, so that means they don't have to have any more maneuvers, but Canada are catching up.
Look at the speed difference. Canada checking in around 76 kilometers an hour. The Spanish now just picking up their speed. They hold at 72.
Interesting call here, because I was going to say Spain gained by coming away from San Francisco, so he's basically decided, let's do what we did work for us last time. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep it simple. They're going to head away from the shore. The tricky decisions with the boats behind. Does Canada follow and try and secure this second place, or do they risk it all? It looks like they're going to try and secure it, so it's France that are going to roll the dice.
And they do. Quentin Delapierre and the French, they turn away. They will opt for the other side, looking for clean air. And now it is Giles Scott hoping that Diego Botín and the Spanish, the defending champions from season 4, make a mistake here as they head upwind.
Rolex chasing time, 7 seconds for the Canadians to catch up. And the trouble is, because Spain have pushed all the way to the boundary here, Canada are going to end up basically following them. And it's just control, control, control. I think Canada needed to manoeuvre a bit earlier after that gate if they were going to make more of a race of it. For me, Canada are almost saying, okay, you keep making the right decision, Spain. We're just going to follow you and let you have it. Or, fingers crossed for a mistake, which we're just not seeing from that Spanish boat at the moment.
Spain just moments away from being the 5th team in season 5 to get a win out of 5 events. Stevie, who'd have thought that across the board? 5 different winners in 5 different events.
Well, they seem to like it here in San Francisco, don't they, the Spanish? I mean, they've led a final here, and there you go, Nicole there, good gains here. I mean, you can't wish to hear anything better than that.
On the way.
No, they just seem so calm and confident. They're in a controlling position here. The Canadians are going to have to either keep putting the pressure on, hoping for a mistake, but there's not a lot of options left to split from here.
No, Canada will manoeuvre next, probably, and then Spain will just go straight with them. And if they go all the way till they can get to the turning point, then the Spanish have got it in the bag anyway. There go Canada. Expect Spain to follow. Oh, Florian, we do our thing. Well, there you go. I'm surprised he's opened the door a little bit, but they weren't maybe ready for the manoeuvre there.
4, 3, 2, 1. Turning. Pressing out. Good. Nice. Pressing.
Surprised that Diego Boutin does all this in English.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's really impressive. It's great for the commentary, isn't it? It does save us having to do as much talking.
Leg 5 of 6. There is Canada. There is Spain on the right-hand side. Both of them will make a left-hand turn at this final mark as France comes into view. But it looks like the Spanish, Stevie, if they perform properly on this last maneuver, they've got this one in the bag.
Yeah, they've done a nice job. They've just sailed smooth, haven't they? And you can just tell that Diego and Nicole at the back have got a really special connection. They're really understanding each other. The calmness that comes in. Teams works clean. They've executed that well. Just about a turn now, and then they can enjoy once again an event-winning run to the finish here in San Fran.
3, 2, 1. I'm down.
They make the left-hand turn at the final mark, and there you see the finish line just ahead. As they come across the line, no big shocker here. They won 2 races in the fleet race, and now the Emirates winning moment. The celebration can begin. Spain rules San Francisco again.
I've watched Rafael Nadal win enough tennis events to know that Vamos is a good thing. And I might not speak a lot of Spanish, but what an Emirates winning moment that is there. It means a lot, doesn't it? Their season now is fully up and running. That's huge. North Star Canada, another good result for them. They're really the form team at the moment.
First event win since season 4 win in San Francisco for the Spanish as they claim this one at the Oracle San Francisco Sail Grand Prix. Diego Boutin, Florian Trittel, the entire squad getting it done. Nicole Vandervelde and Stevie, you talked about it, the injured leg, but she did work on that boat today to get them in. France will come through and they will finish in 3rd, but they will pick up some valuable season points.